Anything else you want me to know?
As far as right now, no.
Who's watching the child when? Is that your only child?
No, I actually have two, but my other one is actually with her mom.
Okay, so who watches the...
3 separate cases, one defendant, and a courtroom about to unravel Ronnie Williams' past and present decisions. From probation violations to serious new charges, the stakes couldn't be higher. But the real story hasn't even surfaced yet. Stay locked in and subscribe now for more intense courtroom drama breakdowns.
This is docket 23571FH, 251714FH, and 23687FH. People of the State of Michigan versus Ronnie J. Williams, Jr. Counsel, your appearance for the record.
Good morning, Your Honor. APA Brent Buxton on behalf of the people of the State of Michigan.
Good morning, Your Honor. Agent Jessica Farr with Ingham County Probation Department of Corrections.
And thank you, Your Honor. Jonathan Foreman, Office of Public Defender, here with Mr. Williams, who is on Zoom.
Thank you, sir. Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to provide will be the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth under penalty of perjury?
I do.
Thank you. Put your hand down. Sir, have you taken any medication, used any marijuana, alcohol, or anything at all yesterday or today?
No.
Is there medication you're supposed to be on that you're not on?
No.
Any sign of fever, COVID, or other illness?
Yeah, I got a virus, but I went to urgent care. They said it should be gone in a couple days.
All right. So, did they give you any antibiotics or anything?
Yes. I'm in the
so
process with transferring my medic. Oh, sorry.
Hold on, Mr. Williams.
Just a minute. Have you started taking those?
No, not at the moment. No.
Okay, you're getting on those?
Yes.
So are you well enough to proceed today? Do you think you understand everything?
Yes.
Okay, counsel, you would agree with that?
I'm comfortable, Judge. I'll leave it to the people whether they have any objections.
People would be fine with continuing, Your Honor.
He's been able to answer questions. I'm glad he didn't come in and give us whatever. There's bad viruses going around. He does look okay. He's been able to answer questions. So if at any time you need a break or you don't feel well, sir, you need to let me know and we can just reschedule this, okay?
Okay, I will.
All right, so there are a couple of probation violations here.
And what are those?
Hold on, Mr. Williams. Hold on.
I'm sorry.
Just a minute. So Ms. Farr, I have 2 different files. Apparently you have 2 different probation agents on those. You're the third one. What are we doing on these?
Thank you, Your Honor. I am very familiar with Mr. Williams, even though I've only had him for a short period of time. So there are violations from March 11th of 2025, which is for the new case that he's getting sentenced on next, Your Honor, and I completed the pre-sentence investigation update for that case. And then we have the new violations dated 3/5 of 2026. So the violation from March of 2025 was held in abeyance pending the outcome of that pending case, which is again the one that he's being sentenced for after this probation violation matter.
Okay, so I have, what about the ones, maybe we dealt with them already. Let me just double check. Let me just ask you, on these files, did he complete anything?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. So I have, a mess here, because I don't know, I think I arraigned him on, well, I know I arraigned him on August 16th, 2024, we dealt with that. Then I have one that was signed or requested by Ms. Hearn on January 7, 2025, and that has 3 counts on it. And then I have the one that was requested by Ms. DeRose on March 5th, 2026. Are we dealing with both of these or just one of these?
We're dealing with both of them, Your Honor. The other one was deferred from last year.
Okay,
But whatever makes it easiest for this court, we can dismiss the one from last year, being that he is being sentenced on it next, and just deal with the current one. Because it's all going to result in the same recommendation, if that matters.
well, let me just arrange what I have and then you can either correct me or whatever. I don't even know if these are up to date. So on the 23-571 FH, I have allegations that on December 26, 2024, or anytime thereafter, defendant failed to report to probation. Count 2, as of January 7, 2025, defendant failed to complete regular substance abuse testing at the direction of probation. And count 3, as of January 7, 2025, defendant failed to consistently engage in grief counseling or provide any verification thereof to probation. Is that still valid?
Those are, Your Honor.
Okay, then moving on to 23-571 FH, I have count 1, on or about March 3rd, 2026, defendant left treatment at Cedar Roots against staff advice. Count 2, on or about January 14, 2026, defendant pled guilty to count 3, domestic violence second offense. And count 3, on or about March 5th, 2026, defendant failed to report to probation as instructed, and I imagine that should be any time thereafter.
Yes, Your Honor, I was out of the office last week.
And then finally, count 4, attempted assault with intent to do great bodily harm, less than murder under docket 25-1714 FH. The offense date was January 16, 2025. And that's what we are here on the sentencing file, right?
Correct, Your Honor. And so I would mention too, that the violation report submitted by Agent Hearn on March 11th, 2025, that count was added to this new violation. So it appears that the agent just combined those. So we should be good at what you just read.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Have you had an opportunity to go over all of those?
The basic facts of those, yes, Judge.
Will this be a plea or a hearing?
Your Honor, if I could have a moment to speak with the probation officer.
Okay.
Right here, the case shifts toward a plea on new criminal charges, which is critical. Admitting guilt to new offenses automatically strengthens the probation violation case. Legally, that's a major setback. Even without debating older violations, this alone can justify penalties. Do you think pleading here helps him or hurts him overall?
Your Honor, I believe, and we can confirm this with my client, that this will just be a plea to a non-technical violation, the pleading guilty that he's been found guilty of new criminal charges.
So take a look at these, or go through and tell me what, is he only pleading to being found guilty of new charges? There's 4 counts on one and 3 on the other.
We have the other document, that's right.
I'm confused. Why don't you two come up here and look at this and let's get on the same page. Let's go off the record.
Thank you, Judge.
It's a bit confusing, 3 agents, 3 files. Let's find out who that is. All right. Sir, before we proceed, is there a reason why did you leave Cedar Roots?
An incident was happening there with an individual. They were stealing money from me, stealing cigarettes from me, calling my family members. And also another situation, my sister had contacted me and told me that my youngest daughter was going to be out on the streets and that I needed to
How old
find,
is she?
huh?
How old is she?
She's 1 year old.
Where's the mother?
During the moment, she just contacts through my sister. I have no further more information to come to that. All I know is I've had her since I've been out.
So is the mother nowhere to be found?
She contacts my sister, but I'm guessing it's just she has nowhere to actually take her.
So she's homeless?
Yes.
So let me understand, is your name on the birth certificate?
No.
Okay. Well, this is a matter of urgent proportions. Are you the father?
Yes. I got the paternity test while I was incarcerated, and it came back
Okay.
99%.
Okay, you need a court order saying that you're the dad, and you need to get your name on the birth certificate. Because despite having that DNA, there's no court order recognizing you're the father, which means that child, she can come and take the child away from you. There's a whole lot of legal problems. So you need
Yes.
to go into family court and get your name on the birth certificate and get sole physical and sole legal custody of your child, as long as you do what you're supposed to do and stay out of jail or prison.
Yes.
So is this mother of the child one of the people named in any of these files?
Yes.
So
It's it's only through third party.
okay, and is the mother Bradshaw?
Yes, ma'am.
So, okay. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. Cedar Roots, was that for drugs or what?
That is,
Oh, Mr. Williams,
I'm sorry, I'm asking probation. I appreciate you wanting to answer, but I want to ask the probation a little bit of information. I gotta figure out what we're doing here. Because you having a child and only being putative, and it sounds like there might not be a backup, that's a concern for me overall, especially with the kind of charges you have. So what was he in Cedar Roots for?
thank you, Your Honor. I did a lot of research into this case and took it very seriously, as I'm very familiar with the family.
As you do with everything. I always
Thank
understand
you.
you do that.
So I was gonna send him to TRICAT. However, CMH, his caseworker, while in custody, reached out to me and basically begged me to allow him to go to Cedar Roots so they could continue working with him. However, according to Cedar Roots, just this morning, they said CMH never reached out to him or came to visit him, which is extremely disappointing. They were gonna release him on March 17th or 18th, which to me is not nearly enough amount of treatment that Mr. Williams so desperately needs. So it was for substance abuse treatment, Your Honor, and they were going to cater it to be more methamphetamine specific for him, which is what Your Honor ordered. And CMH was also going to continue working with him with the mental health aspect of it.
So if he's got custody of a child, does this child have any place to go if you go back to treatment?
Yes, I will definitely, I would definitely figure that out.
Well, how? Do you have a mother and sister and who? Who's
I
gonna
have
take care of
yeah, I have two sisters, and they just got a bunch of kids themselves. But I'm almost certain though, if it means getting my stuff back on track, they'll be willing to do anything to help me.
So how long have you been clean?
I've been clean for going on 15 months.
Now, the narrative turns personal. Treatment, sobriety, and mental health come into focus. 15 months clean is significant, but leaving treatment early raises doubts. The court is weighing progress against risk. Is he truly rehabilitating or just managing appearances? This balance between recovery and responsibility is where many cases pivot dramatically.
And are you supposed to be on any mental health medication?
I actually am. I actually got Ramaron
I
medicine
don't
for.
need to know what. Yeah, I don't need to know what, but you're supposed to be on mental health medication and you're taking it?
Yes, I take them twice a day.
So how is that working out for you?
It's really good. I actually been taking it for a long time now while I was in jail, and they currently kept me on the same one when I transferred over to Cedar Roots. So it's definitely helped with everything.
And Mr. Williams, you let me know that you've been engaging with outpatient treatment since you left Cedar Roots, right?
Yes, ITRIS, which is located on Greenlawn. They hold NA meetings, AA meetings, domestic violence classes, relationships, healthy relationships, all of them.
Okay, what's the name of the place you're treating with?
ITRIS, ITRS.
Oh, through CMH.
All right, Ms. Farr, would you be satisfied with, I don't know much about, I've heard of that program. I'm sure you're much more familiar than I. Would you be satisfied if he did that? As long as he was compliant, and then if he's not, then he goes residential?
I definitely think he needs some intensive treatment and some stability, structure. Him, I have had multiple conversations, and I have really high hopes for him to successfully complete treatment at Cedar Roots, and it does sound like he was doing well. I even met with him personally there at Cedar Roots, and told him if he ever needed me, was having any problems, that they will call me and I will be there. I never received a phone call, or else I could have helped him. So that's concerning, and I don't want him to fall back into his old ways. He has made so much progress. So I will leave it to the court's discretion, but as long as he stays under me for supervision, I want the opportunity to work with him.
Okay, so I'm going to dismiss the bench warrants on the other two files, and continue probation, and I'm going to marry up all the probations. So let's go to the 251714 FH file. Sir, you pled guilty to count 3, a 1-year misdemeanor, domestic violence and or assaulting a pregnant individual, second. And count 4, assault with intent to do great bodily harm less than murder by strangulation, normally a 10-year, but because it's an attempt that you pled to, it is punishable by 5 years.
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you recall that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, and on behalf of the people, any corrections, additions, deletions?
Not to the body of the report, Your Honor.
On behalf of defendant?
No, Your Honor.
All right, and as to scoring?
Yes, Your Honor. In regards to OB12, OB12 is currently scored at 0. OB12 is in regards to consecutive felonies. And we had dismissed the unlawful imprisonment in this case, which is a person offense. So I believe that OB12 should be scored at 5 points, Your Honor.
Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
OB 12 is 5, that takes the total of these to 10, does that change the level?
It does, Your Honor, but there is another correction as well.
Okay, what is that?
OB 19 is currently scored at 0. OB 19 is in regards to threat to security or penal institution or interference with the administration of justice. I would say that OB 19 should be scored at 10. If you look at on page, one second, Your Honor. Page 5 of the report that talks about the description of the offense narrative. There are multiple statements in here. That third paragraph actually, that states, while in custody, the defendant was being investigated for witness interference. On February 27, 2025, CPS worker Taylor Pittman provided screenshots sent to victim Sarah Bradshaw by the accused mother, Misty Cooper. In the messages, Cooper relayed that the defendant told her to instruct Bradshaw not to answer calls and not to appear in court. There are additional, Your Honor, that next paragraph talks about jail calls, where he was talking to a female individual that does not appear to be named, but it does appear to be the victim in this case. So I believe that this shows that the defendant was trying to interfere with the administration of justice through this witness interference. So I believe that OB 19 should be scored at 10 points.
Response?
I'll leave that to the courtroom.
OB 19 is 10, total OB 20, what level is that?
That would be level 2, Your Honor, and that would change the guidelines to 7 to 23.
Have we changed this information sheet? And I'm looking inside at the
This is a turning point. Guideline scoring. Adding points for witness interference and consecutive offenses increases the sentencing range significantly. That's not minor. It reshapes potential consequences entirely. The court now sees not just violations, but behavior affecting justice itself. At this stage, every point added carries serious weight for his future.
narrative, compass narrative, the recommendation narrative. So I'm changing it, so the range is 7 to 23. So it's all consistent. All right, any other corrections?
No, Your Honor.
Not from the defense.
Thank you. Do we have a victim here?
I don't believe so, Your Honor. But is Ms. Bradshaw here?
Ms. Bradshaw, are you on Zoom? I don't see her, but there's people who are not named, so. All right, she's not here. On behalf of the people, what would you like me to know?
Yes, Your Honor. I did get a chance to talk to Ms. Bradshaw back in January of this year. So I can convey what she had talked about with me back then. She believed that Mr. Williams had done his time and that she did want him out of jail. She had informed me that she had actually moved to a location where he did not know where she was located, but she did want him to be in their daughter's life together. She was fine with the plea that went forward, which is why we went forward with that plea. But I do believe that Mr. Williams definitely needs services, Your Honor, based off of the numerous cases that he has. And I believe that we should move forward with a probation sanction that has him continue with these services that he so desperately needs, Your Honor. Thank you.
Counsel?
Thank you, Your Honor. I would ask the court to follow Ms. Farr's recommendations, which is for a probation term here of 24 months. I think it's clear that my client is making good progress. I think his statements here on the record today supports a finding that he's making really good progress. He's 15 months clean. And despite not following everything to the letter, he is certainly on the right track. So I would ask the court to follow the recommendation here.
Thank you. Sir, anything you want me to know?
Your Honor, I just recently got a job at Pisani's.
At where?
Pisano's.
Okay, the restaurant?
Yes, it's a restaurant
You
on
got some
Grand
good
River.
food there.
Yeah.
Okay, I know where it is, yeah. Okay?
And
What do you do?
they're gonna start me everywhere. Start me on pizza, dishwasher. They said spring cleaning's coming on up, so they really need someone to actually be able to get their hands dirty. So they're gonna.
Okay, so let me just stop you there. So let me, under employment,
Apologies about that, Judge.
huh?
I apologize about that.
No, not a problem. I don't even see where the employment section is on here.
It's an update, Your Honor, so it won't be in there.
All right, I'm just gonna make a note in the back. So employment is Paisanos,
Yes.
and when did you begin that?
I'm actually gonna be starting this week.
Okay, so March of 2026, and what's your wages?
15 an hour.
Is that plus tips? Because that's pretty low. I'm sure you're capable of making 20, 25 bucks an hour.
Yeah, they said the more I show like my time efficiency, showing up to work on time. When I'm there, I'm putting in all my effort. They'll give me a raise.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Anything else you want me to know?
As far as right now, no.
Who's watching the child when, is that your only child?
No, I actually have two, but my other one is actually with her mom.
Okay, so who watches the child that's in your custody when you're working?
My big sister.
Okay, and she has other children?
Yes.
And who are you living with right now?
My sister. I was actually going city rescue mission, but my sister said I'm more than welcome to come stay with her.
Well, sir, you can't have custody of a child and be homeless at the same time. It's not
Yeah.
gonna work out.
Yeah.
So you need to stay with your sister. What is her address?
3204 Turner Street, apartment C.
And that's Lansing?
Yes.
48906.
48906.
And there's place for you and for the child?
Yes.
All right. Thank you. Anything else you want me to know?
Nope, that would be all.
All right, Ms. Farr, in regard to probation, I think, and counsel, if you could waive the current probation terms and just, so I can just read him the amendments, otherwise I'll read the whole thing, but he's doing most of those. What I want to do is have a conversation with Ms. Farr and have her make me any additional corrections. He is going to be required to complete that program that he's doing. I wrote it down somewhere. Yes, and also complete the GED and go into family court to get the child's name on the birth certificate. It is not good enough that that child is simply with him and we don't have an appropriate birth certificate or legal documents aside from a DNA test. It takes a court order from a judge. He doesn't even have to spend any money. He can get the waivers for the costs, sir. But you gotta come down here and fill that out,
Okay.
okay?
All right.
So, and then you can request child support from the mother if you know where she is. I don't know, but I would only allow contact between you and the mother for court, and hopefully you have third parties that can do the exchange with the child if the mother wants to have parenting time, but it sounds like she sort of dropped the child off with you, and that concerns me. We need a family court judge to be involved here, okay?
All right.
And I'm going to order that you do that.
Okay.
You got 30 days, you got 30 days to file and get your life in order with this child, because otherwise, even though you know that's your child, it's what we call an improper placement. And I don't want to put the child in foster care until you figure out your life. And if you're lucky, the child goes with your sister, but I don't know the situation, and that's not a guarantee. So let's get all your life in order, your life, the child's life, and move forward, okay? Yes. What other orders are we missing?
Your Honor, I don't believe we're missing any orders. I believe I covered everything in the investigation update that I completed to include trauma therapy, grief therapy, a men's relapse and prevention group. I'm pretty sure that's also on his orders of probation. If it is not, I will submit an amended order.
Okay, what you just said, if it's not there, I'm gonna order it. And then he gets 365 days of jail with credit for 157, the balance is held. I think his DNA is already on file, so that's not an issue. He'll have to pay $118 state cost and $130 crime victims, but I'm not gonna hold probation open for that.
Here, the judge zeroes in on real-world stability, job, housing, and childcare. These aren't small details. They directly impact sentencing decisions. A steady job and family support can signal change, but with his history, the court is cautious. Can he truly balance responsibility, or is this just temporary progress under pressure?
If he doesn't pay, he should start paying a couple dollars a month. Right now, I'm going to waive probation oversight until he gets his finances in order, and then you certainly can petition the court that he pay, but I don't see any ability to pay. He's paying for a child solely and making $13 an hour. He certainly is below the poverty level, and I'm not ordering attorney fees. So what else do we need?
Thank you, Your Honor. I need a phone number. I would like to come out and verify the residence right after court. And then Mr. Williams will need to report in my office Friday at 9 a.m. And I believe that should be all.
All right, so Friday, 9 a.m., so today's the 11th, so
Friday the
13th? Friday the 13th, sir, you need to be at the probation office with Ms. Farr at 9 a.m., can you do that?
Yes, I can do that.
All right, and what is your phone number?
My phone number is 517-777-0557.
Okay, and you're home right now, Ms. Farr is gonna go check out the residence, make sure it's appropriate for you and your child, is that all right?
Yes.
All right, sir, is there anything else we need to order for you? You've got a lot of treatment here. Probation is gonna be 24 months. I can increase it to 36. I can increase it up to the full 5 years. So I need you to do really, really well. I don't want you to slide like you did on these other files. You need to complete probation successfully. You have the most competent probation agent we have probably in the state. She's gonna help you, but you gotta reach out to her. Reaching out to her is like reaching out to me or your lawyer. And then if she wants to get your lawyer and be involved, she will do that. But you need to ask for help. That's a sign of strength. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you need me to go over all the other conditions, or are you good? I think you know them after being on probation with me for a couple of years already.
Yes, I'm well aware of the guidelines.
Nothing from the defense judge.
You have 42 days to appeal and to request appellate counsel. Sir, if you could just send that to him and then file that proof of service.
Will do, Judge. Thank you.
All right, is there anything else for the record?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
All right, thank you. That's all, sir. Feel better.
All right, thank
If
you.
you are still sick Friday, I need you to contact Ms. Farr and tell her you'll see her next week. Hopefully I don't want you to be around us in this courthouse if you have fever, but hopefully by Friday you're feeling better. If not, be here Monday at 9, all right?
All right, will do.
So, okay, thank you. Is that all right, Ms. Farr?
That's fine, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. That's all for
Thank
Ms.
you.
Farr.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
I just thought it would be easier.
We'll do it, yeah. We'll do both ways.
Thanks, right? For the appellate representative.
Yeah.
Well, that's the day. Talk about
Will you Seth McDonald next? Not been up here just yet.
This is docket 253273FH, People of the State of Michigan versus Seth McDonald. Counsel, your appearance for the record.
Good morning, Your Honor. APA Barb Bunton on behalf of the people of the state of Michigan.
And good morning, Your Honor. Dustin Coons from Seth McDonald, who's here to my right.
Sir, please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to provide is the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth, and nothing but perjury?
Yes.
Thank you. Put your hand up. Have you had enough time to speak with your attorney regarding sentencing?
Yes.
Have you taken any medication yesterday or today?
No.
Are you supposed to be on medication you're not on?
No.
Any sign of fever, COVID, or other illness?
No.
Have you read the pre-sentence investigation report?
Yes.
All right, on behalf of the people, any corrections, additions, deletions?
No changes to the body or the guidelines, Your Honor.
Sir?
Same.
All right, on behalf of the people, what is your recommendation?
Yes, Your Honor, I would ask that you follow the recommendation of probation in this matter. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. I'm actually going to ask the court for a fines and costs sentence in this case. And I know there are a few reasons why the answer should be no. Right, this is a felony.
I'm not putting him on probation. I see he's done his certificate. He doesn't have the worst record.
Everything's old. The only thing I want, he's a good guy. He really is, Your Honor. But a good lawyer knows when to shut up, so I'll shut up.
Thank you. Sir, what have you learned from this?
Do better research when it comes to gun laws if you're traveling, definitely. That and always check to make sure that everything is unloaded. Definitely.
So you pled guilty to weapons, firearms, possession of a loaded firearm in or upon a vehicle punishable by 2 years. I remember from the plea, this was not the worst circumstance. You just sort of screwed up. You did do what I said is to complete that weapon safety. What'd you learn from that?
Just basic gun safety.
All right.
The no-fly zones, things like that. Kind of common sense stuff.
And it's too bad you didn't do that first.
And,
So,
nobody can play but myself.
yeah, so the weapon that was previously forfeited, I don't have anything to do there. He did complete what I told him to, which is the weapon safety. So you sort of just get like a one and done. And then if you come back on this, our prosecutor has a zero tolerance, and so do I, quite frankly, because the number one killer of children is guns. There's too many guns, too many people just figuring it's their right to own a gun. Well, it's really a privilege to own a gun. I know the Constitution says we can have them, but the states have said you can have them under certain conditions. And we have laws, and we keep track of them, and we're seeing too many tragedies. Don't be part of the problem, be part of the example, part of the solution. Keep everybody safe, including yourself, your family, and the rest of us. So I'm giving you, there's 0 days jail with 0 credit. It doesn't appear you served any, nor do I think you need to serve any. You complete the weapons safety class, and I know that you've already completed it. I do have a certificate of completion. Thank you for providing that. You'll pay a crime victims assessment, the amount of $130 and a $68 state cost. It's $198. How soon can you pay that?
I can pay today.
Great, pay that today, and this matter will be closed. You have 42 days to appeal and to request appellate counsel. No idea why you would appeal this, but if you want to, you can, but I've got to give you your appellate rights. Counsel, does he have them?
Yes, he does, Your Honor.
Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
Well,
Thank you, Your Honor.
Your Honor, we're going to declare the courtroom for the next hearing.
all right, we have a confidential hearing. I need only necessary court personnel and any support people.
The court ultimately leans towards structured probation instead of immediate incarceration, giving Williams a strict path forward. Treatment, supervision, and family court cases now define his future. It's a second chance, but one mistake could end it all. Like, comment, and subscribe for more shocking courtroom stories and deep legal breakdowns.